So I'm going to record this call in my local. Okay. So today's topic is basically like Cypress various configuration. Okay, levels, precedence order, multiple config files. Because last day we tested for that like another one like stage.json, correct? So this
Boss,
way we
can
also
we get the recording later? Is it possible anyway?
yes. That's why I'm
It would
recording
be
because
really good, boss, because some things we forgot, some things maybe we missed, so later we can understand.
Yes, for me this is also needed because I also forgot the how to check the cookies thing in console of
Me too, I also forgot.
yeah.
And few links were actually the URL was not opening, so I was getting a few problems. So that's why, if
Yeah.
possible, please share the recording.
Today recording will be there, so don't worry. So this is one. Then there will be like test retries will be there. Like suppose how many time you will going to retry your test cases. Then another major part that is how to work with pagination. Like if there is some pagination is there, so then how to work with pagination and like so much interesting part that is data driven test like from Excel or from JSON, how you will collect data and you will test those data with those test data.
yes,
And then after that, today we will going to work with form implementation, like page object model. And last, that is BDD framework.
okay,
So means after today, you can, yes, if you are practicing, you can say, yes, you can implement Cypress using form and BDD. And if anyone is asking, like, do you know how to like your Cypress automation test should be like data driven, like a dynamic one? Yes, that we are also going to follow. Sure. So
okay,
let's start then.
yes,
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let me share my screen. You guys can see my screen?
yes,
Yes.
Cool. So first we will start with reports. Okay. So
yes,
last day we actually discussed about whatever the dependencies are there that we need to install, right?
yes, correct,
Then once
Yeah.
this is installed, we discuss about like in cypress.json, we need to copy and paste this code,
yes,
correct? Then we discussed like
Yeah.
package.json, we need to copy and paste this section, correct?
yes,
Yeah.
We don't have Mac, so I'm just moving this one. Then add screenshot to failed test case report, I change screenshot into this screenshot folder. Then this index.js, we need to add this context one and this code. So these things we discussed, but we haven't actually run that code because
yes,
some problems are occurring. So today, what I will do first I will go to reports. Okay, under reports, first thing I will do, I will create a folder and I will give a name like Mocha. So basically under reports, I have two folder. One is Mocha, another one is Mocha reports. This is not Khawa
Yeah.
Mocha. Okay, this is Mocha reports. So under Mocha reports, I will going to create another folder that is assets. Okay,
yes,
done. Why I did that? Because just see here I mentioned Cypress reports, Mocha report, assets, correct? So up to this, I created this folder so that it can create like all those screenshot over here. Cool. So my folders are created under reports Mocha and under Mocha reports assets.
oh, yes,
Okay. Now what I will do, let me clear everything. Simple. I will going to write npm test, nothing else. Okay. Why only npm test? If you check, we already mentioned under script, we written this code. So if I'm asking test, npm test, so that's mean it will run like npm run scripts and npm run post-its. Cool. So let me run this out. See, it's basically running npm run script and npm run post. This one, Cypress is run.
Boss, what is this post test?
Post test is another command in package.json. See this one, I write post test.
Okay. Okay.
Here also, like, this is combined report. It will combine all the report, all the test cases, and it will generate the report. So it started
Okay.
now. So let's wait for a few moments. Yep, it started. No matter it's basically going to fail or pass, because I'm not focusing on that part. We are just generating that report, okay, right now. So first one is failed with lots of error. That's cool, no issue. Second one is running. Yep, that's passed. And now see, if I'm clicking on reports, it's going to complete almost. So in that meantime only, you can see like under this is generating, under Mucha, all the JSON file related, all those data is generating. Under asset, you can see all those things, whatever the things are required to generate a report, that is there. And now my report is ready. Okay, how can I check? I just click on, okay, Sangeeta is joining. Fine, let her join. So I will just click on reveal this HTML file in a folder. See, it's generated under Mocha reports, this report.html. Okay, now if I'm double click over here, you can see reports are generated.
Yes, yes, we can see.
This is so pass, this is so failed. One is retries, one is login suite. All those things are showing perfectly, whatever we planned. Correct? So this is how multiple test cases, okay, you can run and you can generate a report. So clear up to this? Sangeeta, don't worry, I'm just recording this like this full session. So I will share with you.
I have understood this because I have already done. So okay.
Awesome, awesome. Then you nothing to worry. So up to this is clear to everyone. Now, if you need to see like another time, okay, let me run once more with little bit of change, because right now my integration folder that I will discuss how I am going to do this one. So let me just change little bit. Cypress integration. Then what's the name? Name is course day 2. I'm writing course day 2. Okay, for your case, it will be like course day 1. If you are running all the course day 1, all the test cases. So now, if I'm doing this one, and again I'm rewriting this one. So let me just delete this one. So again, I'm just writing npm test. So whatever the file we have today, we are going to discuss. So all those things I'm going to try once together. Let's see it's working or not and how many errors are there. Yep, it started. Okay, let it run, okay, in background. In that meantime, let's discuss about something that will be better. You guys can see my screen, correct? This one, this section. So see,
Yes, we
basically,
can.
yeah. So our first topic, because we completed that report part. Okay, so our first topic is basically what we are going to discuss, like those precedents. Okay, like order, config order. So the lower precedence is basically Cypress just JSON. Okay, means whatever the things you are going to write in Cypress JSON, on top of that, if you are writing anything at the terminal, like from this terminal, if you are writing something with like dash dash config, so whatever the configuration is there in Cypress JSON, it will overwrite. Correct? Last day we test with stage.json like this way. So it's overriding. So precedence is basically high, means priority is high. It will override Cypress.json. The same way, if we are writing anything under test suite config, and what is test suite? When you are writing something describe, that is called test suite. Okay. And when you are writing something like it, that is what? That is your test case. So one test suite can hold multiple it with multiple test cases. So that priority or precedence is high. Second, if we are writing something not through cypress.config, but if we are writing something as a second argument under describe and it only directly, that preference is always high. Or if you are writing something through environment, that we are not going to test environment because that is not used to in our practical scenario. So up to this, we will check through coding. Okay, so here also this thing is done. So let's see, same container, report.html. See, whatever the thing is there, today we are going to discuss, everything is tested. Correct? So this is like a task one, recursion and pagination, login suite with external feature file, read write file, everything is tested. Okay, and whatever the success and fail, as I already told, we are not focusing right now, just checking that report is generating or not. So it's working perfectly, no issue. So again, I'm just saying Cypress suggestion low, then dash dash config terminal. Then from test suite, if you are mentioning cypress.config directly, that one, or after that, if you are mentioning something under describe or it. So let's see as a practical example. Where is that? Means, where I wrote that one. Seriously. I literally forgot what I wrote. Okay, let's start directly. That's better. So suppose I'm giving TC0 config. So now if I am holding this one only, like this code, it's previously written. So I'm just copying this code, pasting over here. So obviously it will not going to work. Why it's not going to work? Because my base URL is this one, correct? So it's not going to work. So if I need to work, then how I need to do? So previously what we discussed, like after this one, okay, we can write. How we can write? We can directly write like this way. This URL colon suppose HTTPS, then what is my path? So app.qb.io. I'm just closing this one, giving one comma. So it's done. So my base URL is something different, and this is my something different. And just see what is going to happen. My base URL, that React Redux, that one. Here on top of that, okay, means where basically, let me open that picture again. We already checked this dash dash config here last day, so I'm not repeating this one. Here we mentioned that React one. Now this one, I'm directly trying with this one. Okay, like it's mentioning like under describe or it, if we are mentioning this one, so what will happen? So here directly I'm mentioning. So first it will open React route, then it will open app.qb, then under it will again change to this website. So 3 times the URL will going to change so that we can see the precedence is working or not. So let me save this one. Okay, so let me clear this one. npm run cy open. So it will directly open this directory only because I mentioned Cypress. Okay, if you forgot, again I'm just showing. If you check under Cypress.json, here I'm saying my integration folder is this one only. Correct? So let's see 3 times it's working or not. Then we will check with site like that config and other thing. So where is my file? This is that file. So I'm clicking. Just see first the URL is React Redux real world. Correct? This is first URL got from base URL.
The base URL you have written in the first line, like before starting the test tree, it uses.
Wait. Check once first. Now URL changed, correct? That's okay. Now, after that, we are not focusing right now. So that's perfectly okay. Yes, Sangeeta, now say.
Base URL, like first base URL already mentioned was in cypress.json. This base URL you have already mentioned. Then like in the test file, I mean .js file, here there also you mentioned, I just saw in context you mentioned the base URL. So first it will hit the base URL of cypress.json.
Correct. First it will, see again I'm opening the diagram. First it will hit whatever you written in Cypress.json.
Yes. Okay.
First. Then if we are giving something like dash dash config at the time of terminal, correct? So it will hit that one. Like last day we checked how to use this test.json. Today also we will check, don't worry. Then you can write like a cypress.config. How? That I'm going to showcase. That's why I just change my integration folder to config demo, this one. So it's totally beyond my Cypress folder, correct? You guys know if something is there under Cypress as integration, that thing only you can run, correct? But if you are creating another folder totally separate, from there also you can run. What you need to do, you need to just give that path. Like your integration folder is this one. Cool. So over here, if I'm going and clicking on this, see what I did. First, my describing like login suite, this one. Here, as I already told from this diagram, see again this diagram. Cypress config, and as a second argument. Correct? These two option is there. So again, if I'm opening this one, see, this is my second option or second argument, because first argument in describe is this one. Second argument is this one that we already just tried. Correct? Then after that, a function, within a function, I wrote Cypress config like this way. And again, I'm mentioning base URL is this one. Correct? Now think.
Cypress.config, and then you have mentioned the base URL. Okay. Then in this function, you have mentioned again this base URL, like the second base URL you wanted to.
Correct. Means what will happen? First, it will try this one from Cypress perspective. Then it will try this one. Correct? Because Cypress.config. Then it will try this one, google.com. Why? It's above precedence, under describe, and then it will try this it one, because here also I'm passing as a second argument. At very last, again I'm returning back to the base URL. Okay, so let me try now. Okay.
Sir, function ta apni function return korlen, then last cy.visit kore ota slash jeta dilen ota ekbar bolun.
Again I'm returning to base URL.
Okay.
Let
Which
me
base
run.
URL? Like the first base URL from cypress.json.
Let me run. Okay, Shogata, which base URL? This one?
I think
What will happen here?
Here it is go to base URL. So I think it is from cypress.json.
না ফাংশনে যেটা দেওয়া হয়েছে ওটাই ফাংশন রিটার্ন করছি তো আমরা মানে ফাংশনটা যে আমাকে তো রিটার্ন করতে হবে ফাংশনে যেটা দিয়েছি ওটাই .www.bing.com
Let's see.
ফাংশন
Okay.
রিটার্ন করলে তো ওটাই
Okay, let me change this one. Okay, let me change it to suppose reddit.com. Now what is happened? My base URL is React Redux. Then in this function, my base URL is Bing. Here my Google. Here is reddit.com. Let's see. But as per the preference, describe and eat in top, so it should modify. Okay, so let me run it. See, I changed the integration folder. Now you can see this config demo. These 3 files will going to showcase over there. Not like that day 2 or day 1, that one. Yeah, it's changed.
Yes.
Folder.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm clicking on this one. So see, the URL is React Redux. It's changed to Reddit.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
Oops, there is no test to run. That's perfectly cool. No issue. So what we saw last, that Reddit is basically updated. So now it's clear how precedence is changing from lower to high.
Yes.
Good. So finally, it's reached to Reddit. No matter it's opening or not, but we need to just check, correct? Like that URL is opening or not. So basically now your base URL is changed to Reddit. We started with this URL as a base. Once the precedence is changed, it's basically updating. And at the very last, it stopped with this one.
So with last cy.visit, it is going to the base URL reddit.com.
Correct. Because what we know in our first day, we already learned, like if you are mentioning base URL in cypress.json, here you no need to mention the full URL. If you are giving like only folder, it will work.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So as we are updating our base URL, correct. So basically now my base URL this one. So that's why he tried after reddit.com, he put one slash, but there is nothing. So that's why he's saying, oops, there is no test cases.
Okay.
That is why it is like taking this the reddit.com URL.
Correct, correct, absolutely. So up to this clear?
Yes.
Good. So today's our first topic is done. Then it's very easy. The next one, retries. What is retry?
I have so many doubts. I mean, I have noted down. So like after this today's class, you will solve this or okay?
Yes. As very last, like when we will do like question and answer, that point of time.
Okay.
Okay. So the next is basically retry. Retry means we know like how many times we need to retry. Correct. So sometimes is required the same thing again and again we have to retry. So obviously you will not going to write same code multiple times. Rather, you need something where you can actually given that. So
Retry what? I mean, retry test the same test case again. I mean,
right.
run the same test case again. What we do, like clicking on the refresh button, the same work. Okay.
Absolutely. Means same thing. Suppose you need to run 50 times.
Okay.
So there is two ways. You can create 50 test cases or manually you are refreshing.
Okay.
Instead of that, what you can do, you can write a configuration like this way. Okay, this is very simple. Like Cypress config, under config, I'm mentioning retries run mode 2 times, open mode 2 times. So run mode and open mode, you guys know, like if you are running directly like from terminal, like npx run, suppose like this way, npx run, correct? So this is one type. Another way is basically you are writing this way, Cypress open. So this is the two mode. One is run mode and one is basically open mode. So here, when you are running, means I am actually asking this guy basically run in run mode 2 times, open mode 2 times. So this is one way you can declare, or the same thing you can declare as a constant, like run mode 2, open mode 6. Then I am assigning this variable. This is variable over here dynamically as a second parameter. Here also we are assigning as a second parameter, correct? Because this is my first parameter under describe. This is my second parameter. Here also, instead of like so much complex code, if I'm writing directly over there, so this is like recommended, like you created a small JSON structure like this way, and you are passing this as a variable, as a second option. And what I'm just checking like expect 1 to equal to 2. Is there correct or not? It's simple because this logic is not our focus. Our focus like how we can actually retrace over here. So let me run this code. Let's see. So again, I'm running like npm run site open so that my test runner can open. Just remember, we are running this only. This is I written only. So it will run 2 times in run mode and open mode 6 times. So right now I'm doing in open mode. So it should run 6 times, correct? So let's see.
Sir, open mode, tell me one second, please. What is open mode?
If you are writing from your terminal like Cypress open, correct? So when you are writing Cypress open, that is open mode. When you are writing from your code like, you know, npx run directly, so that it will not open this test runner, that is run mode. Clear, Sangeeta? Sangeeta, clear? Unmute, unmute.
We can't hear you.
Okay, sorry. Muted it was. Yes, you have just like run the open mode, which was 6 times.
Yes, means if you are writing Cypress open, that is basically open this test runner. You can see this test runner, that is open mode. And if you are running directly your JS file from the console, like npx run, okay, with that command, that is run mode. Clear? So I mentioned in run mode, it will run 2 times, and in open mode, it will run 6 times. So now I am going to check it's running 6 times or not. Okay. So now I'm clicking on retries.
Yes.
Attempt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There is 7 attempts.
7. But this all are failed, right?
That's okay. Again, I'm saying I'm not focusing on fail or pass. That we already learned in day 1, how to create a good test cases. Today we are focusing on how to retry. Means, okay, let
What we
me.
do actually clicking on this refresh button, and the same work will be done primarily 6 times first.
Correct. Now
by
see,
the
it's
code.
1 to equal to 1, I'm writing.
Yes.
So if I am doing this one, let's see now what will happen. It's retried.
No.
Why?
1 to
Equal to 1.
Expected 1 and deeply equal is 1, because here I just mentioned expect 1 to equal 1. So your case is satisfied, correct? So what you will retry? The past case only? Obviously not. When you will retry, if something is false, means first time fail somehow. Maybe that link is not open within 3 seconds. Correct? So then again you have to restart. So this is the process. If something is fail, like here I'm mentioning 1 to equal to 2. Obviously 1 not equal to 2.
No.
So then if I'm running, obviously it's failing each time. So it's tried like this way. Clear? Now over there I wrote like a 6. Correct? Now over here is showing like 7. Why so? You just check if I'm writing 5. Okay, let me change to 5 now. How many times? Then why I'm saying?
6 times.
0 from 0 it is starting or 1?
I think it is taking from like it is saying right or wrong after doing the whole process, so that it is.
No. First time they are not considering. Because first time that's your normal test case.
normally it's just opening. Yeah, but
Correct.
from next.
Yeah, say. Say, Sangeeta.
Sir, first time it's just opening, and from the next time it's counting.
Yeah, means first time it's tried. He don't know it's test pass or fail. Then after that, 5 times it's retrying. So 1 plus 5 equal to 6. Previously 1 plus 6 equal to 7. Clear? Okay, so let me stop it. So it's simple, correct? This one also. Not so much tough, but yes, this is bit advanced, not like a normal coding. So then our next topic is today.
Sir, when we test, actually, I have like experienced so many times. Actually, I am experiencing that so many test cases that passed first, like while starting, they get passed. Again, while starting, I mean, while testing, they get failed. Like so many test cases actually this happens. So what to do then? Then if I click on the refresh button, again it passed.
Correct. That's why you have to do this retry one. You no need to do that manual one.
Retries after what? I mean, retries when I should use this retries code. Like
Retry.
primarily, I mean previously starting the test case or like in between something.
Retry you will use when you are saying like this kind of scenario is coming, like one time it's passed, like another time is fail, like this way. So you just give like in open mode or run mode 2 times only. Now, if first time it's fail, so it will retry again. If first time is pass, it will not retry anymore because that is passed.
Okay,
So
I will have to give this condition.
Correct. You have to give right like that way. We just show like this way. Like you have to pass like a run mode 2, open mode also you just mentioned 2, and just pass as a second variable or parameter this object one from here as a variable, and that's all done. It will try 2 times over there.
Means if condition, do I need to give like if this like test case, the name of the test case is passed?
No. You no need to give. You no need to give. What we just saw. If that is passed, it will not retry. If that is fail, then it will retry. So it's like, their inbuilt function, this config one, retries. So they know when this retry will going to work. If that is fail, then only retry will happen. If that is pass, retry will not going to work.
No,
Okay.
boss, I have a question. Like suppose I'm given the URL of a particular website. After that, I'm just trying to log in. I have created this JS file. So after writing all those code, I have to write this retry cypress.config retries. These lines.
No, means okay. I'm just copying this code. Just this much I'm copying.
Yes.
Now I'm going to QB spec this file. Okay. Now over here, what I'm doing over here in outside, I'm mentioning this code. Cool. Up to this, it's clear.
Yes.
Now
yes.
in login, or under this each only, I'm mentioning over here this second bracket as a second parameter, and I'm writing like this way. Retries. This much only I did. Okay. And here I'm writing in open mode, it should run 1 time. Means 1 time, first time it will check. If this is fail, then it will retry. Okay. So I just passed this one. So then I'm running my test
pass,
runner.
then it will not again like retry, and if it fails, then
Absolutely. Just think like if you are pass in your college,
I will not again study.
Obviously, in that
Yes.
class, we will not going to study again.
Yes.
This is the thing over here also. Let's see. Oops. I am thinking I given a wrong path. Cypress integration. Okay, sorry. This is integration codes day 2. Okay, now it's okay.
So after this, can we get 5 minutes break?
After this one?
Yes, after this retries.
Okay.
I will just bring my specs and drink water, then again I will see.
Yep, I given perfectly okay. Now I'm clicking on this one. So it's got the base URL, we know. that React one. So it's got that. Then we return directly like that QB URL, this one. So it's trying to open that one. So obviously my browser updated with the URL. So it's passed. So it's passed. So basically it's not retry. But if that is failed, yes, obviously it will retry.
Okay, okay, okay. Boss, I have one question actually. I don't know. That is maybe a very stupid question, but still I want to know what is that integration folder thing you are writing? Can you just tell me once, please?
Means when, okay, in your home, okay, maybe some books are placed in your dining only. Maybe some books are placed in your room also. Now, if I'm asking you, Vishaka, give me that magazine. Okay. Suppose you are saying, boss, just go in the dining, then you will get that. Or you will say, go in that room, you will get that. So you are giving that address. So from where I will find that book? So that address is basically I'm writing in this Cypress station. Like at the time of this cy.open, means Cypress open, which folder I am going to test. Here I am giving that path. So previously I tested from config demos, I given that path. Now I'm testing from this course day 2. So that's why I given that path. Cool. This is the thing only. Simple. Yeah, go Shangita.
Sir, where?
Seriously, you asked for 5 minutes. So you are saying
Oh, okay,
where?
okay. No, I thought you asked me to. I was just saying something, so you were telling me. Go ahead.
No. Okay, in that meantime, I'm stop sharing my screen. Okay, let me question answer with Shogata and Vishaka. Then we will come again. We will continue.
Yes, I'm also having so many doubts.
Somehow something maybe.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen again. So we covered report, how to generate report, March report first. Then we covered all the precedents, like those config file. Then we tried retries, that part also. Then our next topic is, let me check once. Okay, pagination. That is cool. Nothing to do. Simple thing. I will say you guys will just follow that. Okay. You guys don't know how to write JavaScript, correct? So if I'm going to explain individual line wise, obviously that is not possible to understand. Okay. But what I will do when I will share this code, just use this code what I'm going to showcase. That will be more or less same for every website, wherever those paginations are there. Just follow that. Okay. So I wrote lots of things, leave all those things, no matter. Directly come to this one. That's why I just wrote only this one. Okay. What I'm doing?
Pagination, একটা পেজের থেকে like one page to another page.
Thank you. Oops. Why it is so slow today? You can see this one. It's saying 1, 2, 3.
Hmm.
So this is basically pagination. Now I'm saying I need to find out item 12. How will do that? Obviously, you need to go to page number 2. Then you can say item 12 is there.
By ID
Right?
we can do that.
This ID.
Yes.
But you have to go, correct? Because at first page, only this much are loaded. When you are clicking on second page, then the second page is loaded. This is all not loading all together. So developer are going to implement like this way only. Like based on that click on demand, page will load like that particular data. Now, if you want to check or test this pagination, then how are we going to test? Very simple. You just write like this way, read only pagination. This is my test case. This is the link I am going to visit. And then I created a function, a custom function I created. I am giving the name like find item. And I'm passing that item name, item 12. Now, no matter if this is in first page, second page, or third page, it will automatically find that one. Now, logic of this find item function is basically written over here. See, this is the find item function. So this is the code. And obviously, I'm not going to ask you to write this much of code. Correct? But you need to understand what I'm doing basically over here. Okay, now see, this is the name of this LI class is basically page item, correct? Now, there is two things. One, these numbers, this is are coming like page item, page item, page item. As this is active, means this is in second page, it's clicked. So that's why I'm saying it's active. And these two arrow, because I can go like this way also with arrow. So when I'm clicking on arrow, so basically those arrows are over here. Where is? So it's given like page pre and page next. I'm not concerned and looking for this pre and next because we are not going to test via this arrow. We will test via this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this way. Correct? So I need to exclude. I need to exclude from my command or from my selector this page pre and page next. Only I will focus on page item. Got my point? Up to this clear, everyone? So now I'm going back to my code. Now see how it's written. I'm saying this is LI. We already saw those are LI. Under LI, these page items are there. Correct? And I'm saying colon not page pre, colon not page next. Means not means I'm excluding. Exclude those two, additional class which is coming after page item. Exclude those two. Only focus on those three. 1, 2, 3. Clear up to this? Again, I'm showcasing this one. See, this is LI web element. Class is page item. We have one page pre, one we have page next. Other three are page items. So I'm saying under LI, search for page item and exclude page pre and exclude page next. So this is the thing I wrote over here.
Yes.
Cool. Now I'm giving an alias name because this is too big again and again. If I'm writing this whole thing, this is too big. So I'm giving just alias name. Means alias means if I say in Bengali like a duck number.
Yeah, I know alias. I know. In database we use like while joining.
Yes,
Right.
yes. This is
Right. So I'm just saying pages. So I can call it like a pages as a short name. How can I pass that pages at this way at the rate? I will use at the rate pages. So it will call this one only. Then I am checking the length. Okay, how much length this is? 3, correct? We check 1, 2, 3. Then I am basically doing checking. Basically, I'm checking one by one pages. Where is that item? I'm not describing individual line. It is a bit difficult. So that's perfectly okay. Just copy and paste and reuse when you will use. But what you need to change, you need to change this one every time based on your page. So that's why I make you guys understood like this is what. Second, here another thing is there, like table means there is one table wave element. Under the table wave element, tier means row, correct? TD NH child 2. Now this is what? I am searching this item 12. So if I am going and opening this one, see this is my table. Under this table, all these tiers are there, correct? And I'm saying NH child 2. I mentioned NH child 2. Child 1 is this ID. Like what Sangeeta is actually saying that point of time. So no, it's not Sangeeta. Shwagata is saying through ID. If you want to search through ID, then I will pass NH child 1. If I want through item, then I will pass NH child 2. If I'm searching by item price, then I will pass NH child 3. Cool. So this is the only things I wrote over here. NH child 2. And it will basically copy that text. And it will actually checking like it's basically whatever the value I am passing with that one is basically matching or not. See, item text equal to value. If both the things are matching, because I search item 12, here also it's find item 12. Then it will say, yes, I found that. Then return false means stop my function. Okay. So just
as you were searching item 12 and it is the name of the item. So you have given NH child 2.
Correct.
Then
Correct.
dot each item name E1, this line I didn't understand.
No, that's okay. You no need to understand this one. That's why saying this is a bit difficult. This is a bit logical part. Okay. So don't focus on that. Just focus on this selector and this selector. With this selector, I am changing the page, and with this selector, I am checking individual those item number. Okay, in every table or pagination, you have to just change these two lines, this line and this line only.
First selector is the first selector CY dot get li page item colon not. This selector is the full page selector. So I mean text selector I've understood.
This is for this pagination selector.
Okay.
Means okay. Let's just listen like a very simple way. If I'm asking you right now, okay, to everyone, tell me item 12 is there in page 1 or not. How we will search?
First, item 12 is in page number 1 or not?
Correct. Then what are those things you will go in your mind? You will first check
the page number 1, what are the items are there then?
Correct. See what you just said. You just said first I will check page number 1. Correct. Then I will check individual item ones. The same thing I am also doing over there. First, in the top, I am checking page. Then I am checking individual item ones. If it's not found, then I am asking to check and go for the next page. Then again checking item wise. So that's why the code is written like that way only. First check the pagination, then check all the item wise. If not found, then again do the same thing. Cool. So what you need to do? You need to just copy and paste this function, and call this function where you want to test. That's all.
Okay.
Clear?
Find item. Okay. Now one function and this variable find item.
Means what you will do, you will just copy this one up to this. You will copy, you will paste in your code, and from where those test cases, like this each one I'm testing here, I am just giving or calling this function, find item, and which value I want to test. That's all, done.
Sir, this is JavaScript code, right?
Yes, this is
This,
Java.
then find item, do we need to like take any data type? Like find item is what variable? I mean, as this is.
See, when something I'm passing with this double quote, that is basically string,
String.
correct? So here, if you check what I'm doing, I'm giving like a text. Before I match the content, like whatever the content I'm passing, that one, and that row content, when I'm matching, I'm converting to text.
From
Correct?
string to text.
Same. String and text both are same.
So yes, both are same. I mean, but there is item 12. Then it should be varchar.
Now, varchar actually work in other languages. In JavaScript, there is no varchar. Only string or text is there. Okay. If you don't know the variable, that's also okay. That's why, see, like in our previous example, you remember this retries, okay, we haven't given any like varchar, integer or something. What we given only const, like a constant. Or you can write easily here also, var also, it will work. Because it's basically determining dynamically which variable this one, like integer, float, double, string, varchar,
Yes.
what is that? No issue. Okay. Clear? So then it's very easy. What you need to do, you need to just copy that code, and from where you need to actually search, just write this line. Means this is called calling function, and this is called basically like
Called function.
That's all, simple. So you need to copy this called function, and this calling function, it will change. This value you can change. Like I'm here searching item 12. You can search as well like item 20, item 25, whatever you want. No issue.
And this is recursion.
This is recursive. Yeah. This function is basically recursive. Correct. Absolutely. See over here, I'm calling
Returning.
same. So that's okay. You know recursive function. So it's good. Very good. Well done. But maybe Vishaka don't know, maybe Shogata don't know. So for them, no need to understand the code. This one I'm saying, just copy and paste, just change those two selector. Trust me, it will going to work. So should I run this code and showcase you it's working or not? Or
Yes.
Okay. Okay, you want to show. Want to see, sorry, not show. See.
So in our code, we just need to copy this code, and then like in the place of this item 12, we can just like type anything, item, any different item or whatever we want to find. We just need to change over there, and the
Correct.
remaining code will be same.
No, means
Oh,
one
UI
thing you
code
need,
update.
is selector you need to change, correct?
Yes, definitely selected. So I'll definitely change.
And
Otherwise,
also like if I want to find with ID and not with name, then also like
Then
NH
it's
file
child date should be
change.
changed 1 or 3.
that means it's
However,
written in two. For ID, you can write in a child 1. For price, you can write in a child 3. Okay, so let me run this one. See, page changed automatically from 1 to 2. It's actually found that 12.
Yeah.
See, this is what is showing child 2, correct?
Child 2.
And see this one is showing those pages number. So it's run 2 times. Here one time and here another time.
Yes.
Because it's changing
First
those.
equals to 0 means first this item was not found. That is why equals to 0. Like
When it
Correct.
falls
you just
itself, then go.
say you
again
get this condition, right? If this item 12 is not found in page 1, then it should be 0. Like the way we use flag true or flag false.
Absolutely, absolutely, you are correct. You can see now if you want to see this code, you can see like this way only. It's changing the index, like plus index.
Yes.
Yes.
This index is basically calculating that 0, 1, 2, like this one. Okay.
Okay.
See, find in page 0, like this one. So, Clue, up to this clear, this pagination?
Yes.
Okay. You guys are so smart. Okay, let me check what's next. Yes, now this is fun. Now with the files and fixture, we are going to do data-driven test. Now this is fun. How? Okay, let me open this one. This one. Okay. What I need to do? Let me check, okay? Suppose first under fixture, okay? As we already discussed, under fixture, whatever the files, data we are going to set dynamically, those we will going to write under over here, correct?
Yes.
So I wrote simple like login details. This is the thing. Okay. Let us write real time over here. Let me change. Okay, one file. So we already showcased this one. So let's play with this one only. That will be good. Ujjwal.das, this one. So I changed
Up
with this.
to login, the test case is same for everything. So
Correct.
this should be in the base class, and like for the next operations, we can call this base class, because every time we do not need to write this visit and then login credentials.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. Regarding that also, I'm going to come. Don't worry. Okay, like, see, you can write like this way. Under describe, just listen once, okay, first. There is two things. As I mentioned, your describe is basically a test suite, correct?
Yes.
Now, under describe, you can mention multiple it. So those it is basically multiple your test cases. So now when you are checking with one test suite, so obviously, maybe like different test cases, you need to do again and again login. So every time you will not write that code. Instead of that, what you can do, you can write like this way, before each. Okay. So when you are writing before each, and here you are mentioning CY fixture. If you are mentioning CY fixture, and if you are giving this login details.json, this file name, what it will do, it will directly go with that file it will grab those data. Now what I'm doing, I'm writing after that dot then user, I'm assigning those value. See over here, this is a variable. Okay. Why I'm not directly assigning any value like email, password? Because I have to repeat, correct? Each and every test cases wise.
Yes.
So for that, I just assign as a global variable, like a user details. I assigned over here. Now, see over here, what I'm doing, login test. I open this URL. This is, like a selector only. Now, dynamically, I assigned over here in this variable. So I am just calling user details dot email, user details dot password, and done. Let us check once quickly. Okay. What is another?
Sir, have you imported this login details that is in the JSON class? Because in this login details class, you have written this email and password. Then
See, I written where? I written first of all in this login details
login
session.
details. Yes.
Use email and password. If
Password.
I'm writing, instead of password, if I'm writing password 1, over there also I have to call password 1.
Yes.
Correct? So let it be password only. Now, where is this file? This file is under fixture. Correct? So Cypress is giving us one function, predefined function or library that is called fixture. You can call that file using this fixture. So I'm calling. Now, whatever the value is returning by here, that I am assigning in a global variable is user details. Okay. So that these user details I can access from multiple test cases. Then I am just calling this variable and passing those parameters or property like email and password. Okay. So let us test.
One time.
Uh-huh.
Can you just run this, then I'll understand. Like what
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the
I'm going to run, don't worry. So that's the main reason I want to open this one. So I'm just copying this one. So I'm just changing over here. Okay. Now another thing I need to change. I need to change this one. I change it. The second one also I have to change. This is also changed. Now I want this button click as well. So I am copying this one and changing it. So what will happen? It will try with this one, correct? This Ujjwal one. So let's see. Oh.
Mama. কাজের দিদা এসেছে কাজের দিদা যাও না ওখানে ওখানে
Okay, I got it. See, it's opened that URL, that visit. See, this Ujjwal Das, this one is written and login is successful.
বস আমি বুঝতে পারলাম না কেসটা। হ্যাঁ, এটা তো নরমালি এরকম হবে। আমি যদি লগইন আইডি পাসওয়ার্ড দিই, তো আমি আলাদা করে একটা জেসন ফাইলের মধ্যে পাসওয়ার্ড আর ইমেল আইডিটা কেন দিচ্ছি, আর এখানে আবার আমি নতুন করে সেটাকে অ্যাজ এ ভেরিয়েবল কেন লিখছি? মানে যাতে আমি এটা ডিফারেন্ট ফাইলে একইভাবে ইউজ করতে পারি ওই জেসন ফাইলটা।
Means suppose you have 5 credentials with you. And you want to check with those 5 credentials, basically how many times is success and how many times is fail.
Okay.
So for 5 times, obviously you are not going to change your code individual time.
Right.
But same thing, you are not going to write 5 times, like 5 different it. That's the main reason if we are writing over here, like this way.
Here only I can change the email ID and password and I can run the code, right?
You no need to change. I'm just going to showcase that one only. See, this is user choice JSON, correct? Now this user choice JSON, what is happened? Lots of data are there. Like this is one data 101. This is another data 102, 103, 104, like that way. So multiple data. Then what you will do? You can dynamically call individual one in each time that I'm swaying. Just wait for a sec. See. Okay, over here. See this one. Okay, I'm just mentioning only. Let me skip. Where is that? This one. Let me skip this one. Now see what happened. I'm saying I have 2 files. Okay, listen carefully. I have 2 files. One is login details, like this one. Here I'm passing Ujjwal Das, this one. Another one I have this one. Abhishek Bose, blah, 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 this one. So 2 different things, correct? 2 different things are there with 2 JSON files.
Yes.
Now what I'm doing, I'm creating again a variable. Okay. In that variable, I'm passing name, login details. This one name, login details 2. This is context 1. This is context 2. Okay. So 2 different credentials I'm holding in 2 different files.
Yeah.
Now what I'm doing, see, before describe, I am writing a for loop. Because I'm going to run 2 times.
Right.
Okay. What I'm passing, same, this variable only I'm calling dot for each. Very simple. A fixture. Now under a fixture, what is that? I don't know. I know like a fixture is like a local variable. I'm calling name, I'm calling context. So when I'm calling name, so basically which one? See, login details, correct? First time is login details. So under fixture, see, I'm not passing that JSON name, file name. Instead of that, I'm passing a fixture.name. So first time it will call login details. Second time in that loop, it will call login details 2. Okay. And there is another thing that is context. Now where is context? That context only I am writing in my describe. Like a test shoot. Means I'm going to showcase like first, second, 1, 2, like this one. So let me run once. That will be better, I guess. See, it's already run over here. This is 1, this is 2. So it's run 2 times. You can see. Now see, in first time, which data is passing? Ujjwal Das, this data. So from where it's taking? That login details.
Login details 1.
Correct. Now in second one is calling login details 2. It's calling this value Abhishek.Bose, this one. So 2 times automatically same sign in it's I targeted with 2 credential.
Okay. Yeah.
Clear?
Hmm.
So now this way, if you think like if you have multiple files, then you can easily test.
Yes.
Okay, just
What
wait.
is this? Bobos as dot user details you have written dot user.
One thing.
This SUI fixture fixture dot name dot as user details.
Alias. This is alias, nothing
Okay,
else.
okay. You have given an okay.
Like last time we saw at the time
Yes,
of
yes,
pagination,
yes.
alias. This is just alias.
Okay.
Okay, so our fixture is the only variable which are passing through the like for each, like it is the variable we are calling from the two details.
Correct. See, you can call from multiple JSON or you can call from the one JSON only, because if you can see, this is also a JSON structure, correct?
Yes.
So what I am doing, I am basically calling this one as a for each. So now just think now, instead of name and context, here only if you have email and password, that you can easily call multiple times. Just use this for each, the same way only.
But the
But
variable name has to be like this.
Available fixtures.
This fixture is has to be the name, the variable name.
I also was asking the same thing, why it's not available fixtures, like instead of a fixture.
just repeat again your question. I'm not getting.
I'm like the function name was like available fixtures, where the these two login details one and login details two is like in the JSON format it is given. Then where like using this dot for each, then in the bracket we are calling this login details one and two, the credentials, and why it's a fixture, like why it's not available fixtures. Like my question is that.
See, available fixture, this one is a JSON object. Okay, where basically I am calling two, one and two, these two JSON files together. Okay, this is not predefined. You can give any name. I can give like Sangeeta also over here.
Yeah, that is what my question was. Like instead of a fixture, I can use any variable name.
Anything, any variable name here. Instead of name, you can give.
I am asking the same thing, like the same name should be in the bracket, na? I mean, dot for each after, or some different anything I can.
This see, I am calling this JSON object. This is my local variable.
Okay.
In local variable, you can create any name. Just see, if I am hovering over, what is showing? Constant available fixture name context, correct? It's showing like this way. If I'm hovering in a fixture, see what is showing. Same, a fixture name context. It's just holding the same property only as a local variable.
Okay.
You can use over here simple A also. That will also work. Okay, what you need to do, like every A fixture, you need to change to A.
It is working as a reference of available fixtures locally.
Correct. Absolutely. So clear how with like those feature we are basically going to work. Now, I'm not going to run one thing that will be your task. Okay, that we will going to check. Simple thing. I have one login details.xls file. Okay, XLS means you know Excel file. So in that Excel file, what I did, let me open that Excel file. See, same few details are there, like email, this one, password, this one, and this sheet name is login. Okay. So what I'm doing, if something is there in JSON, that is very straightforward. Now for Excel, I am giving the Excel file path, my full path, where it's located. Okay. I'm passing the seat name as well. See, this is my seat name login. Then there is another thing that is called task. Previously, we are only accessing JSON file through fixture, but for Excel or CSV, we can't do that because fixture not support Excel. So for that, what we can do, we can use task. See, replace cy.fixture with task to read data from Excel and convert that into JSON. So this task is basically going to convert that Excel file to ultimately JSON. So previously we directly accessing JSON. So now this time we are converting at the runtime. And we are doing the same thing. Same thing. Like this is login email type, blah, 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 blah. So like this way I'm passing. Good. So this one you will run. You will tell me it's working or not. What is the issue? You will try once. Okay.
Sir, can you please tell me once again that cy.task generate JSON from Excel? This is the name you have already given in the fixture file of the Excel, right? Then in the bracket Excel file path sheet name, what you have already mentioned before the test case.
Yes, means this Excel file path, like where that Excel file they will going to find, and the seat name. So these two things I'm mentioning over there. So
Okay, then dot.
Just think like this way. This is my task name, and this is my path and
sheet name.
Okay.
Dot then user, this user.
This user is a local variable. Somewhere previously I mentioned that user. Where is that? Where is that? Okay. No. This is again like a local variable. Like after reading that Excel, whatever the data you are holding, like last time we discussed about this one, you remember? For data driven, what we are doing over here. Just check again this one. What we did? We read this fixture from this JSON. We pass this user as a local variable. So it's basically whatever the data is coming, it's basically holding in this parameter. The same way, whatever the data you are reading from that Excel, that you are holding under this, and you are passing user 0 email, user 0 password. Now you can ask me why 0?
One user has been assigned. If the second user has been assigned, then you could write here user 2.
Yes.
1.
I'm sorry, 1. After 0, it should be 1, definitely.
Correct. Now, if you have in an Excel file, if you have multiple data, like I just showcase one data, correct? Like one email, one password. If you have multiple, then you can easily first check that length of that file.
Then for loop.
Then for loop, like a for loop. So, and just pass the index over there.
Yes. And
done.
Sir, in this user 0 and password, I mean email, first user, how it is counting, like from row? I mean, the from Excel file, you have mentioned first row user email and second row user password.
Correct.
So this is user 1. In a JSON format you have written. And for the second user, you have like mentioned another JSON format where you have mentioned user 1 email or password. I mean, second user's email or password.
Yeah, absolutely. In CSV also the same thing only, or Excel in the same thing. Like each row, so each row is basically a array index. So in array, first row means 0, second one 1, third one 2, like this way. So each row is holding email and password. So that's why I'm asking for 0 email, for 0 give me password. Good.
Understood.
Okay. Okay. So now go back to simple thing. Form. Okay, what is form? Anyone?
Page object model.
Let me stop everything first.
Well, should be a base class and base the another class this object will be called main and object. Base class.
Vishaka, you are there.
Yes.
No, I'm saying Vishaka is there.
Yes, yes, I'm there. Yes, boss.
Have you heard this name, POM?
Yeah, POM I have heard, but I need to know about it.
I also don't know about POM.
Oh, very good.
I know it is page object model, but that's it. None, and I know maybe it is somehow related to the framework, but I'm not sure.
No, no. See, this framework is there for Selenium. Here is no framework. Okay, it's very simple. So don't think about TestNG or something like that. If you know TestNG, that's good. But we are not going to follow in like that way. It's
Can you
very
please give me 1 minute? I'm just muting to receive a call.
yeah, go.
Yes, boss.
Yes. So now page object model. What is page object model? Page object model means you are going to create a page first. From that page, you are going to create an object so that you can create this page and object, this model. Now how? What is page? Page is basically class. First day, we discussed about class and object. Correct?
Yes.
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 So that class is basically here page. And every class is basically, how can you access? You can access through object.
Yes.
So you can say instead of page object model, you can easily say this one also like a class object model.
Okay.
Now, how we are going to do that? It's very simple. Just follow me, okay? See, I created another folder separately. So this is login page. So in login page, see, I am writing class. Correct? I write over here class and my class name is login. Simple. So I just declare a class. After that, what? Constructor. Constructor means basically you're building pillars. Like without pillars, obviously your home will destroy. It will not stand. So whenever you are calling a class, so first thing it will basically hit to that constructor. Means whenever you are opening your door of that home, if there is no wall, where that door can't hold, correct? Automatically, it needs some support like a wall. So this
Right.
is like a wall, like a constructor. You are constructing. What you are constructing? Basically, email, password, and submit. And I'm just passing all the selectors, nothing else. Cool.
Okay.
And here I am creating basically 3 functions. One is for email, one is for password, and one is for submit. An individual function returning this one. Because when someone is calling through object to that class, you have to return, correct? So I'm just returning.
Okay.
What I'm returning? See, under get method, previously, what we wrote? We wrote basically those selector, correct? Those selector, I'm basically assigning over here like a these.email. Where is this.email? This.email means whenever this I will ask, give me email, so it will return me cy.get, and from here it will take up to this. So means this line means, if I'm simplifying this one, so this line means cy.get
This selector of the email.
yes, absolutely. So whenever I'm asking like login dot email, just remember what I'm calling through object, I will call like this way, login dot email. Okay, and automatically this login dot email means it will going to understand it's basically this one. So previously directly we were writing this code. Instead of that, we converted this thing in this class. The same way for password, same way for submit button. Okay. Now here basically I'm creating an object. This new function is basically used for asking or creating for an object. So my class is basically capital L login. So instead of that, I am basically assigning this class to this small L login. Okay. Last line. Let's wait for 1 minute. Let me see like she is going to back or not.
Boss?
This is the base class, right? Where just we are like, no, this is not base class. This is a test class where we are just calling this function.
This is the main class of that login.
Boss, I have a question. Why
Yes,
we need this in Cypress? Because like we can create this small files and we can run the code. Then why this form is needed? This class object or this one? Why it is needed?
Yes, Shogata.
I was disconnected. There is issue.
Yeah, no issue. No issue, no issue. I'm not continuing. I paused that point of time. Okay, so Vishaka, your point is why we need this page object model, correct?
Yes, why? Yeah.
Because if you are writing your every code in a single file only, so first of all, it's not look nice and it's very difficult to handle.
Okay.
If you are segregating, means see, just check this one, then you can actually are going to understand how clean the code will look like. So up to this is clear. We created an object and we are saying export that object so that we can access from any pages. For login, we will not going to write again and again this code. We will just call and I can access from any pages.
This dot email, we are supposed to write there the selector, right? Where you have just written input type email. We have to write over here the selector, email selector, CSS selector.
You can directly copy and paste here also this code, no issue. But instead of that, I pass this three thing.
This is a constructor.
Okay, just wait and see. Then you can understand. Just wait for a few moments.
Yes, yes, boss.
Now I am going to my that form one. First, what I did, I import that file.
Yes, from login.pages.
Correct. And I am telling, I'm giving that name login because why? I exported that class as a
login.
Yeah.
Same way I am actually importing just one, nothing else, simple.
Yeah.
Now, after that, what I'm doing, previously you are writing like this way, correct?
Everywhere we are writing like this way. Yes, this input email password.
So this is looks good, or if you are writing like only this looks good. See, login email, login password.
Yes, yes.
Login submit. Previously you were writing this, get, blah. Here I'm just writing login.submit button, login.password, login.email. That's all done. Now, where is this email, password, and submit? Go to our page, email, one function, password, another function, submit, another function.
Yes, boss.
So it's very easy. Now see, like this code and this code, it's so clean and easy to maintain.
Yeah.
Sir, why do you have just written this user? I mean, this like where you have mentioned the details of the user. User is a variable, right? Where you have mentioned all the details.
Again, this thing. What I'm doing, I'm not writing manual line over here. I am calling fixture, login details, JSON, and I'm holding the value, whatever the thing is returning for this fixture, those value in user. And those value I'm passing dynamically. Previously we discussed, correct? At the time of fixture, the same thing, like up to this, see this one. This one we already saw, but we changed this one as a dynamic one, this like user email, user password, but we haven't changed this one. Now this time through like POM model, page object model, we are assigning this one as a dynamic.
So
now
boss, we are writing everything in this form, and from next time, like when you are going to write a new code for a new something, if you're doing, then you will just use this login.email and login.password, this one, and it will work.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, excellent, Vishaka. Means you are writing now, just think, if you created this one class file, okay,
Yeah.
and you have like this way, suppose 15 specification you are going to create, 15 JS.
Yeah.
So just like, you know, import this login one and call anywhere. You no need to write. Now, what's the benefit of POM model? Just think, if I'm asking you or your developer, just think, just change this password to like this way. Just they change developer or UI developer to this, like pass. It can happen. They can change their type or they can change their, you know, class name.
Yeah.
Now think, if you implemented this login in 15 JS, then in 15 JS individually, you need to change this manually.
CSS, yeah. Yes.
But if you are implementing POM model, then just change over here from password to pass. Save it, done. 15 pages changes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Yes.
Got it, Vishaka?
Once again, please
Yes.
tell me now this. This
Got it.
type equals to pass and submit you just without password.
I'm saying previously what happened? Here it's written like this way. Now just think, in 15 JS file is there, you created for them. 15 JS file, these lines are there. Okay, using before or before each for login. Now, suddenly, after a few months, developer have changed the class name from password to pass. Example. Then you have to change in the 15 files. But if you are implementing through POM model, then just change over here. Automatically 15 files are changed because they are just referencing this mother file only. That's the benefit of class and object. You are implementing only object. Your class is only one.
Like in the selector, we just can change the class name if it is changed by the developer.
Correct. So clear, everyone? What is POM? What is the benefit of POM?
Yes.
How about .get?
So I am thinking I will not going to discuss BDD framework today because POM is little bit tough for you guys because you haven't implemented. Okay, so yeah, that I'm coming.
From the last day also, boss. From the last day also.
Wait. Let me stop recording. Then we are going for those question answer and other things.